So, Myisha, you go 42 for you all, 12 for them in the second half. Both of y'all just talk about that excellent defensive effort.
That's exactly what it was. Just our defense. We came out more aggressive than we did in the first half, and we just brought energy the second half and it started on our defense.
It was kind of an interesting first half where it seemed like Flattery couldn't miss. What did y'all do in the second half to kind of
Jersey
curtail
girls.
that?
We're hot.
The difference was that we put pressure on them. We were kind of laid back in the first quarter and second quarter, but when the second half came, we ended up pressuring her more.
Were you surprised by the amount that you won by against a good Michigan team like this? I mean, 25 points.
I mean, you're always surprised when you're able to beat a big-time school like this. Like we said before, it was just our defense. We came out with more energy on the defensive end, and that was able to transition into our shots on the offensive side.
A lot of shots came up empty in the first half. How did you get those to start falling in the second?
Keep shooting.
Yeah.
Never get down on yourself. I mean, Asia was shooting. I think she only hit one first half. So, hey, Asia, keep shooting. We know she can make them. In the second half, she came to life.
Do you feel pressure when the shots aren't falling for her, that you got to be working the ball inside every time and producing some points?
Well, our goal is to get a paint touch almost every time we get down the floor, so.
It's a team sport,
Yeah.
so I mean, we got other girls on the team that can score also. So it's not really just scoring on Aisha's part; it's the whole team. So we try to help her out. When Aisha's on fire, we keep giving her the ball. So it's basically whoever's on fire, that's who you give them the ball. That's who we get the ball to.
Sam, I noticed when you take your free throws, you stand like off to the left. Why is that?
Well, my percentage in the middle isn't as high as it would be. Yeah, Coach Walz changed it for me.
When did that happen?
When was it? The end of my freshman year, maybe?
Yeah, I would say.
I think it was the end of my freshman year, but I could, yeah.
Yeah, no, stay over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep knocking.
No, I'll stay on the side.
Coach Walz makes a lot about y'all limiting their offensive rebounds. You limited them to 5 tonight. That maybe an all-time low that you can remember, Myisha? 5 offensive rebounds for the opponent.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Ohio State had 4.
4? Okay. So
Try our
actually,
best in
you're
the
getting
boards.
worse then. So
No, I mean, we just try our best on the boards, finding a body. You know, when you're playing great post players that love to just crash the boards and keep their team offensive live from the missed shots, you just have to find a body and put it on them, and you know, hopefully you'll get the rebound so we can go in transition.
What do you guys think of Dana's defense tonight? It seemed like she was a big part of why that push happened in the second half.
I feel like Dana's a very good defensive player. She gives spark to the teams. In Ohio State, I think Toledo too. She brings it.
So, Myisha, without the double-double, do we need to stop calling you Dublé now, or is that still in?
Say, come on, I hear my feelings. I'm joking. You want to stop calling me, you can stop calling me. It's up to you.
Myisha, you played in a lot of games here. This is your 4th year. You ever been part of a half where you've been so good defensively, shut anybody down like you did as a team? A good team.
4 years. Pretty sure we have done it before. But I mean, this is most recent game, and I'm just happy that we were able to pick it up on the defensive end and stop them from scoring.
What do you think Coach Walz is going to critique you about from this game then and looking ahead to Sunday?
Me personally?
No, the team.
Bringing it from the start.
Yeah, from the start.
Punching him in the mouth first.
Start off 25 points ahead.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
The way we started with the second half is how it should have started with the first half, and so on.
Have you had a chance to look at Texas A&M or Oregon yet?
No, we just work one game at a time. We never look ahead. But I know our coaches will have us prepared tomorrow.
Very good.
Thank you guys.
Thank you all.
Coach Caitlin was on fire in the first half, kind of backed off in the second half. What were they doing differently to you all?
They face guarded her in the second half. I mean, they have some great defenders. Dana Evans is going to be a really good player. She face guarded her and tried to keep the ball out of Caitlin's hands. And then when she came off of ball screens, they doubled her and really tried to take her looks away. So I thought they were really able to turn up their defense and cause havoc against us in the second half, and it was a great defensive performance for them. And then we started to get tighter and tighter and would take one pass and a shot, and that led to easy baskets for them down the other way.
Takeaways out of this one as you prepare for your next game, things that you're working on?
I think it was a great game for us to play this early in the season and to have to face that pressure. I think, we were able to find Caitlin early, but we need to have other people that can step up and make plays because teams are really going to watch some film and key in on her. So it's going to be important that we get our big kid going, Hallie Thome, who got in foul trouble today, and we have other players that can make some shots for us to relieve some pressure from Caitlin.
How were you feeling at halftime when, it was still a relatively close game, but you guys had dominated for most of the first half?
Yeah, I thought we did a good job at half, except I thought that Hines-Allen really hurt us in the first half. I thought we did a great job on Durr, and that was obviously a key. But Hines-Allen was really able to expose us in the first half and was able to get to the free throw line and pick up some fouls on Hallie. So other than that, I thought, we made baskets, we found Caitlin, and we got off to a great start. It was great to see. We just couldn't sustain that.
Caitlin scored 3 early threes. How big was it for her to beat the record for most career points?
Yeah, it's funny. Last game, she came out of the game, and one of my assistants said she needs such and such points, and I had completely forgot about the record. So I think coaches just get into the flow of the game, and they don't really pay any attention to it. So we knew that it was probably going to happen tonight. She's really, really a special player. You guys kind of got a glimpse of that tonight, and you guys have been fortunate to see some great basketball games in the last week with Durr going against Kelsey, and Kelsey and Caitlin have had those kind of matchups the last few years when we play against them. So Caitlin's a special scorer. She's kind of in that same league with those two young women, and it was really a great start for her, and I was happy that the Louisville fans got to see her performance like that. But she's just been incredible for us. Thanks, guys.
Good afternoon, good evening, whatever we're at. All right, please, start off.
What was the biggest difference you saw between the first and second half from your team?
Well, they started to follow a game plan. It was awful. We told them, what do you want? I'm giving you the truth. And we were absolutely terrible. There's no other way to say it. Number 3 is their best player. She's an all Big Ten player. And we sat there and told them, when you come in, you can't put your hand down. You got to know where she is. And she has set, a 17 in the first quarter? At what point in time do you go, hey, she's actually pretty good? At the one time, I just said, don't guard her, people. Don't guard her, because then you actually might guard her. It was opposite day. So we had a very nice conversation at halftime. I just told him, I go, if I was a fan, I'd leave. Because your effort was awful. Your execution was awful. So why would anybody want to watch that? Now, we came out in the second half, and it was a pretty impressive performance. We defended as well as any team that I've coached for 20 minutes. I think with about 3 minutes to go in the game, they had scored 6 points in the second half. I don't care who you are. That's not easy to do. We guarded without fouling. It was remarkable. And then I've got to give our bench credit. They came in and did a really nice job. We spread the floor, we made the extra pass, and then we started to make some shots. Rebounding-wise, I was just asking you only out-rebounded them by 8. Well, the problem is, in the first half, a rebound does not count. I had explained to my kids at halftime. When it goes through the net after they make a shot and you grab it, it doesn't count as a rebound. And we got a bunch of them. They shot 65%. So it's once we finally started to get some stops, well, then you've got some rebounds to get. And I thought we did a really nice job in the second half of controlling the tempo, finding the extra making the extra pass, finding your open teammate, and it was fun to watch.
Why do you think it takes something like that to kind of turn the button on with this team?
Well, we're still a little immature. I've got one senior in Myisha, AC's a senior academically because she redshirted. But then you're looking at Sam Fuehring, who is a junior but didn't play significant minutes for 2 years. She had some great games, but she wasn't a consistent, someone that you say, you have to go out there and play consistent. Jasmine Jones, a sophomore, there's a big difference when you come off the bench and play, and it's like, hey, if I have a good game, great. If not, they'll just put the starter back in. Well, now you are the starter. So you've got to be the one that I can count on. And then when you get tired, I'll put a sub in for you to give you a breather. And if that sub keeps playing, great, fantastic. Because normally it's a younger player. It's somebody that doesn't have all that experience of maturity. So we've got to get and figure out a way to get more mature over the season. I was not concerned about our physical tiredness. We played 4 games or whatever it is in about 7 days. They're 18 to 22 years old. Like, who wants to practice? Nobody does. So if you told me that I could play a game every other day and not have to practice, sign me up. Now, mentally, I was concerned because of our immaturity, of following a scouting report, knowing what to do. And it showed in the first half. I mean, the kid was, how many more times can someone be open? I mean, it was like, you can't make it again. No, she did. We kept doing it. So, thank goodness we figured it out.
When you play that way for a half, like the second half, with defense and number of people who came in and played well, depth, can that wake something up with the team? Can they see it would be pretty good when they look at something like that?
No, there's no question about it. We have some. I thought Bianca came in and gave us a lift. And she was coachable, because we just talked about today. If you post up on 30, Haley Thome, who I think is a very, very good post player. She was out there this summer with us at the U23 trials, and I was very impressed with her. If you just turn and shoot, she's going to block your shot. She's strong, she's mobile, but you've got to make a move on her, and Bianca did that. She made a great 2 dribbles, then leaned through with a scoop, and that's what we just talked about today. So I was encouraged that, okay, we're coachable. You look at Sid. Sid came in and hit 2 big shots. We were having a hard time of putting the ball in the basket. I think that gave us a lift. And then defensively, Sid did a nice job. Everybody in that second half did a really, really good job at the defensive end.
Jazz Jones just seems to light a spark out on this court out there for this team and get them fired up.
She lit a spark in me in that first half too, boy. Yeah, well, she wasn't very good. I wasn't very happy. Yeah. At one point in time, she had 3, and she stares at the ball, and they throw it to 3, and she shoots at 3, and she looks at me like, oh. Well, Jazz is. I mean, her athleticism's off the chart. I mean, I'm hoping we can get some more people to come out and watch this group, because we run an alley-oop play to start the game, and it's not like she comes down and then goes back up. I mean, she finishes it up in the air. I mean, it's pretty darn impressive. So we've got a great group of young women who are athletic, who are talented, that play hard. So I'm hoping we can get some more to come out and watch this group. But Jazz, she's got to get better off the ball. She likes to watch. She's really good at it. But unfortunately, that's not a good thing for us. Yeah, I need her to actually see ball you man, that old principle you learned like in the 3rd grade.
Yep.
So hopefully she can figure that out.
It was in 5th grade for me.
Well, you were slow.
On the
Only third
turnovers,
for
though, you force them into 23 turnovers, you get 24 points off turnover. That's got to be a positive for you.
No, it was great. And going back and looking at their past 2 games, they turned the ball over some. So we were trying, especially in the second half, to just get more pressure on the ball, try and get our hands on passes, get deflections, and we did a great job of that. We doubled the post very well. We doubled when 3 came off ball screens in the second half well. Now, we were supposed to do it in the first half, but just didn't want to do it. But I thought the second half were outstanding.
What about Myisha tonight?
Consistent again. Offensively, I've got to get her to square up more. She'll catch that ball in the mid post or at the free throw line, and she doesn't square up her body all the way. She's got her right foot too far back, so then when she shoots it, it's not a balanced shot, because that's normally a shot she makes. So we have to work on that. But I thought She did a great job of scoring in the post for us at times, bringing things out. She made a few very nice passes, interior passes. She's a senior, and that's what we have to have from her.
Does she seem to be more active inside now? I mean, yeah, she was getting her opportunities before, but does she seem to be more physical inside?
Yeah, she's trying. She is. Now, she's not a back to the basket, throw it in there and just barrel you over. She's got to have some room to operate, which is fine, and we know that. So we try to give her some space. Like when they went zone, we tried to get her the ball at the mid post so she could face up and possibly drive, or shoot pull up. It's not just get your back to the basket and make a post move. Thank you, everybody. Sunday should be a heck of a ball game. I'm not sure who's winning that yet. I know A&M was up 5 at the half, but both teams are really, really good. So thank you, everybody.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Coach.
Coach.